Good afternoon to everyone. This is Roy Ryer with SEOTrainingSW.com. I got to get over saying good evening because we usually hold these in the evening. Joining us this afternoon is Jeanette Degner out in Las Vegas. I'm your host this evening, Roy Ryer, the CEO and President of SEO Training. And our webinar this afternoon is going to be about multimedia SEO. We have quite a few people coming in right now. We have a rather large audience. I'm really impressed today. So we'll get started here in a few minutes. People are still calling or dialing in, or however they're getting in. They're joining us right now. Anyway, a little bit about some stuff we're going to be doing. Of course, our webinar tonight is about multimedia SEO. It's going to be about an hour and 15-minute presentation. We will record it. We will have a replay available on our website. I'll just copy this link right now, and I'll put that into the little chat box so you can save that. If you want to watch the replay later on, you're welcome to. And a few things that I want to also discuss with you. We have some really cool workshops coming up next month here in January. On January 25th in the morning, here at our offices here in Morristown. We're just outside of Phoenix. Those of you who are familiar with Arizona, we're about maybe a 45-minute drive out from downtown Phoenix to the west. We're going to have Amanda Vega, who owns a PR consulting firm in Phoenix. She's also an author of a book, PR in a Jar, and she's going to be talking about how to do PR for your website, for your business, how to get noticed by the media, how to write press releases, and things like that. It's going to be a really good workshop. Then in the afternoon on the same day, Fabiano is going to be joining us. We're going to have a intensive on how to do reputation management. There's a lot of, those of you that are doing SEO for clients, there's a lot of money to be made, guys, in doing reputation management, especially when somebody gets, harmed for whatever reason. And we're going to be talking about, during this workshop, in the beginning of it, about reputation insurance, you can ensure that, you're going to be able to withstand an attack per se. Then if the attack does happen, either on yourself or to a client, how you can basically respond, and you're never going to get rid of that negativity, but you could certainly push it down a few pages. And that's what we're going to be talking about then. And we're also, going to be real open with you with reputation management. Sometimes you have to go use, what some people might call black hat. And, we're going to be talking a little bit about black hat. More specifically, though, when people do black hat reputation management damage against you, we're really going to focus on that. How you could identify somebody's using some black hat tactics to damage your reputation and how to respond accordingly. Then the following day, this is going to be on January 26th, we're going to have a one-day intensive on Facebook marketing. This is going to be with social media strategist Bruce Safran. He's from the Los Angeles area. He's pretty well known out there in the LA area for things he does for Facebook marketing. And he's going to be here at our offices on the 26th. Then in March, we're going to have our SEO Essentials Workshop. That's a 2-day Essentials Workshop. We're revising all our material from last year. We're in the process of doing that for basically all our workshops here, the SEO Essentials, the Local Search, and the Advanced. But if you want some more information about the workshops we got coming up, just go to our website right here. You'll see SEO Workshops. Just click on that little link, and it'll kind of tell you all the workshops we got going on. Something else I want to speak to you about is our Facebook page. We recently moved from the SEOTrainingSW.com Facebook page to a new page, kind of promoting our brand. The brand we're moving to is the SEO Roadmap, and this is our SEO Roadmap Facebook page. And I'd like to invite you guys, to come here. If you have any particular questions, concerns about SEO, please ask them here. Each week we go to this page and we'll pick out a question or two, and we'll answer all your questions, but we'll also go through there and see if there's an interesting question that we might write a post about. And so if you have anything that you want some help with about SEO, internet marketing, local search, affiliate marketing, anything like that, please come here, and pick our brain, and we'll try our best to answer it. Those of you around the Phoenix area, just want to make you aware of our meetup. We have a meetup here in the Phoenix area. We meet every month except for December because of the Christmas holidays. And our next meetup is going to be in January. But typically we meet once a month. We have over 1,000 people in our group. We often bring in experts from different areas, to give a presentation. So those of you that are interested in learning more, that might live around in the Phoenix area, please join us. And I'll just put that little link right there in the chat box if you like a little bit more about our Phoenix SEO meetup. What we're going to be doing here again today is talking about how to do. Let me get the screen here going here. How to do SEO for multimedia. And Jeanette, before we start the presentation, do you have anything you'd like to share with the group?
No, I think I'm good right now.
Okay, cool. I'll pick on you a little later on, Jeanette. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, first question, you might be asking yourself, hey, why am I qualified to, talk about multimedia SEO and multimedia in general? Well, way back in my college days, I majored actually in television production and advertising, and I got a dual degree in both of those. But after my graduation, I kind of got distracted for about 20 years, and I became a cop. But around 1995, I retired from law enforcement. In 1996, I launched my first e-commerce website, selling, of all things, from being a cop, radar detectors. And my persona, Radar Roy, was born. So around 1996, I began including videos into my Radar Busters website talking about the benefits, of this particular radar detector versus that radar detector. And that same year, my wife and I, we took a trip to Deadwood, South Dakota. I'm a Harley fan. I go to Sturgis every year. And that year, we bought some property up there, and I took my wife up there to, show her the property. So we're walking through Deadwood, South Dakota, and we're walking down the street, and somebody on the other side of the road just starts yelling, Radar Roy, and begins running towards us. And he came to us, and he says, hey, I've watched all your videos last night about your radar detectors. And it was just like you were standing right here in my living room helping me out, and I want to thank you for that. And by the way, I bought your Escort 8500. Well, that really kind of made an impression on me, the power of video and how to use video. So, I don't want to say that's my specialty, but that's what drives a lot of traffic for my Radar Roy persona, always has. Today, I'm an affiliate with, I sold Radar Busters back in 2007, but I'm still in that niche with Radar Roy and radar detectors. And what really drives a lot of that traffic, we'll talk about some of the things we're doing with my Radar Roy persona on YouTube and how I optimize. But before we get started in today's webinar, I'd really like to ask a favor from each of you. If you enjoy this presentation, please share it with your friends by tweeting about it, liking us on Facebook, giving us a Google+, or sharing us on LinkedIn. It's real easy to do this. Just right on the left-hand side of our page, we have a social sharing plugin, and all you need to do is press any of these buttons, and I'll add a link later on into our chat box on how you could do that. But and also during the presentation or after the presentation, you might be watching a video replay of this. If you have any questions about this particular presentation after the fact, because we'll take your questions during the webinar or towards the end of the webinar, but perhaps later on after the webinar, you might be watching a replay. Right underneath this particular page, we have a comment area. So please put your comments in here if you're watching a replay, or if you think about a question a little later on after this webinar, please go to this particular page and ask us. So, hey, let's get started on this afternoon's presentation about video SEO. And before we do, I don't want to make the same mistake as my last webinar. Let me grab a little drink of water. So, one question you might be asking yourself is, really, how much video is out there? Well, there's 180 million users watch videos, and they typically watch about 33 billion videos. 68% of all video users share links. 18% of all views are on mobile or tablets. And 50% of all YouTube videos have comments or likes. And over 340,000 hours of video are watched every day. And 500 videos are tweeted. And I'm hoping that, after we get this video replay, that we're going to have at least 500,000 videos, links, tweets about this particular video. But, video SEO is really an extension of traditional SEO. But it's just not words that's going to get your videos or your podcast optimized. There's, the site structure, what goes into this, the navigation, your site links and your tags on your particular page. And we're going to be talking about video optimization as it happens on the context of your entire website. And guys, Google owns YouTube. So because Google owns YouTube and because you perhaps want to be showing up on Google, you're going to want to focus a lot of your attention on YouTube. Now, really one of the biggest challenges of multimedia is creating high quality content that people are going to like and share and create basically, an online buzz to ultimately increase traffic and increase the links going back to your website. As an example, you might go to a number of well-known companies and look at their YouTube channel and see videos that have been online for 6 months, maybe having 10 views or so, because they really don't know how to optimize this, what they're doing. Or their videos might just be totally boring. So basically what it comes down to, what we're going to be talking today in large part, in the beginning at least, some of the things you could do to make engage your customers, how to, make this all work for you, because a lot of big companies today just don't get it. They're spending millions and millions of dollars every year in their marketing and really don't have a clue how to market themselves online with multimedia. One critical element we need to remind ourselves in going forward, that all marketing, whether it's online or offline, really involves an art and science. So about half of what you are going to be doing with multimedia SEO is going to be left brain activity, or the science of SEO, meaning how do you use meta tags, how you use keyword research, how you set up your environment to shoot your video. And the other half of multimedia SEO is right brain activity, and that's probably where I'm more effective at, being kind of creative, thinking outside the box. How are you going to make your videos a little bit more fun and interesting to engage your audience? Now, here's some reasons that you might want to consider using multimedia. Engagement. Putting videos or images on Instagram, trying to grow a fan base, trying to increase a tribe. Putting your videos on YouTube. We're going to be engaging potential customers out there. SEO. It could be for the benefit of just getting more links and traffic to your website. It could be for a brand lift to increase brand awareness for your particular products. The products you might sell on your website, or maybe you're a manufacturer, the products you actually manufacture and sell. Customer service. A lot of people leave out the customer service aspect of it. And, I'm going to, pick on Jeanette perhaps a little later on, but, Jeanette's an affiliate, and she makes quite a bit of her money in affiliate. And that's one of the things she kind of targets, because a lot of times, manufacturers miss out the customer service aspect of it. Jeanette's in a particular niche. She like to talk about it later on. By all means, I welcome her. But one of the first things she does is try to figure out what the most frequently asked questions are for a particular product, and do some reviews on that, and then do a video on that. And they optimize extremely well because people are typing in these type of keywords. Hey, the bottom line is increase sales. Your ultimate goal of increasing sales are the products and the services that you're going to sell. So what we're going to be talking today about this during this webinar, and what the focus is going to be on, is what you can do to your videos to increase your visibility in the search engines, or multimedia SEO. And let me grab another drink here. So, oftentimes, I've been somewhat, I consider that, what I'm doing on YouTube, at least for my Radar Roy persona, has been very successful. And a lot of times I get questions, hey, I'm putting all this stuff on YouTube and I'm doing all this multimedia stuff and nobody's engaging me. I'm not getting any views. So typically one of my first responses to them is, do you have a plan? Typically they'll tell me, yeah, I got a Facebook account, and I'll put some videos up on Facebook, and I'll put some photos up there. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, I'll put some videos up there. So really, what it comes down to is their answer to me is, well, yeah, we're using WordPress, and someone told me by adding a couple of videos to my website are going to help my rankings. Yeah, I'll tweet about them on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Guys, this is not a plan. This might be a kind of a nice start, but this is not a plan. And oftentimes, um, when I ask that question, hey, you guys got a plan? Another response I get, on the other side of the coin, yeah, I got a plan. I have a YouTube. I have a Ping FM. I got Twitter. I got Facebook. And I got a bunch of all this other stuff. And it's all interconnected with each other. Well, this isn't a plan either, guys, because all this activity that you're doing is basically kicking up a bunch of dust. And you're not really creating any traction if you're, doing stuff that kind of way. Now, in the case, of what I do with my Radar Roy persona, I do have a plan. But in the case of my Radar Roy YouTube channel, I review various radar detectors, and over the last 30 days, I've over 26,000 video views. I got 98 likes, 42 comments, and I got 39 new subscribers. And today, many of my reviews for my videos rank in Google's top 10 results when people search for various brands of radar detectors. Now, this is just a snapshot here of, my analytics per se of my YouTube channel. So you can actually see this here. This is this 1 month, what we're going to be doing here. I don't use AdSense on my YouTubes. I'm trying to get them to go engage with me on my personal website. So I'm typically, I don't show any ads on that. So that's why the total estimated earnings is zero. The bottom line comes, guys, is that you got to make your own plan. So that means you need to know the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why. The who. Who are you shooting? The what. What are you shooting? Where? Where are you shooting? Are you going to be shooting in studio? Or are you going to be shooting on location? When? When are you shooting? And if this really comes into play a lot of times when you're doing on location shots. What's the sun going to be like? What's the weather going to be like? What are people going to be like? I'm going to go back to one of my earlier videos I did a number of years ago. Was up in Las Vegas, and I can't think of the name of the street. Jeanette, the old strip. What's the name of that old road there in
That's
Vegas?
still Fremont. That's Fremont Street.
Fremont Street. And I figured, hey, it'd be kind of cool. I could shoot a video down on Fremont Street, and I had it all scripted out, and I came down with all my stuff. Well, halfway through my video, I had some drunk walk up to me, and he was engaging me. It was rather embarrassing, And then after I shoot him out, then I had security come up to me, try to kick me out. So, these are things you got to consider, and also why are you shooting your video? And this is what you got to concentrate on, guys. Why are you doing this video? Why is this video interesting to your audience? And how can you make your video more interesting to them so they will engage you? Also, guys, remember your call of action. You need to have a call of action on your videos. What do you want them to do next? I had a call to action very early on. I asked a favor from you. And if you're watching this video now, I'm going to remind you of that favor. If you're watching this video, if you like it, please share the love. Facebook about it, Twitter about it. So that's one of my call of actions. You need to tell people exactly what you want them to do. You also need to think about some of the backup equipment that you're going to be using in your video. It's really embarrassing, when you go out on a location and you forget to bring an extra set of batteries, and you have your whole crew there, and you go to mic something up, and you got dead A cell batteries, and you slip somebody, hey, can you run to the store and buy some A batteries? Have a backup plan, have backup equipment. And you're going out on a location, do a site review. Be familiar with what's going on out there. You may have some other people that are going to be involved helping you do your video. So, schedule this out properly. Who's going to be your camera person? What's their time element? Again, scheduling what is the lighting going to be like? Are there other things going on around that particular location that might interfere with your shoot? Also, plan out a shot list, a storyboard. I'll share with you after this video. I'll have it online, my storyboard that I put together for this video. Even in this presentation today, I basically put together a little script and I put together a shot list for a webinar. And I've had that all prepared before this video. You should be doing the same thing, if you're going out and doing a live video on the street or in your studio. Have that all for you. And if you're inside a building or location, know where the exits are and the entrances are, just in case you do have a problem that you need to get out or somebody might walk in on you during a beginning of a shoot. So know your site location intimately. Schedule out your time and crew and your people that are going to be there if you have actors. Storyboard your script. Know in advance what shots you want. Think about your shots. The last videos we shot for my Radar Roy channel were up in Sturgis, South Dakota. And I'm driving up there and I'm, scripting this all out. I have the buildings that I want in there. I have an idea where I'm going to have my motorcycle at with the radar detector. I knew what background shots I want. So I had this all in my mind, what I wanted. Again, have backup. I don't use tape. What I use is a DVR. When I record my videos, I have two of them just in case one fails. Those of you that have seen some of our SEO training videos that we have here in studio, I bought a second one because Jeanette, I think it was one of our first SEO classes we had here. Here I have like a $1,500 external DVR and it dies on me. Couldn't figure out what was wrong, So luckily I had a backup, and we were able to get that backup in there. Next thing you need to figure out after the shoot or even before the shoot is how you're going to optimize your content. How are you going to get it out to your audience? What are you going to do to your content so it's going to show up in Google, in YouTube? How are you going to get your media in front of your audience? And we're going to be talking about some tips on how you could do that here. But one question before you even ever get involved in this is that you need to ask yourself going forward, do you really love this stuff? Do you really, really love multimedia? Because you have to have a passion for this. Yeah, you'll see videos that, you got you got your iPhone and you shoot a little video with your iPhone. And that doesn't look really professional, when you have an e-commerce site. You need to be professional. People are going to look at your video and say, hey, this guy's this is a crappy looking video. The audio sucks. And that's one of the most important things you guys need to focus on is your audio. So you really, really need to love this stuff. And you're not going to be successful doing this stuff unless you have that passion. You really, really got to love this stuff. This stuff is hard work. And for you to be successful, guys, you need to love this stuff. So let's talk about the last 5 videos I shot for my Radar Roy YouTube channel. And again, these were shot during the Sturgis 2012 motorcycle rally. This is what I invested in it, all right? I had 5 hours of planning, scripting. Each of these were 10-minute videos, and there's basically, I scripted these out, I storyboarded these out, I had this all down on paper, what I was going to say, and so I knew exactly what I was going to do before I ever got to the location. Also, I had the location in mind. I was there last year where I wanted my shot to happen. I got there before the shoot, make sure nothing changed and no buildings moved. Things might have got changed on me. So after, that was basically about 5 hours of my time investing in this. Then, for these 10-minute videos, we spent about 3 hours shooting the videos. There were a lot of retakes. All right. Hi, this is Radar Roy. And then, say something, you flub something up, and you got to reshoot it. Then, after we shot the videos, I have to edit them. And I, want to make these look professional. I use, various video editing programs to edit my videos in. And then after I edit them, I optimize them. I use Squeeze, which is a really good video optimization program to kind of squeeze my program videos down to a manageable size. And then typically take about 4 hours promoting the videos, and we'll talk about some of the things I do to promote the videos. So my investment on these 17 hours deposited an extra $5,000 into my bank account in the last 3 months in affiliate sales. All right, 17 hours, $5,000. Pretty good investment, right? But you have to put the time and effort into doing this to produce high quality content and optimize it for your audience and the search engines. And only then are you going to realize a return on your investment. So before you get into this multimedia SEO, please, guys, make sure that you love it. You love it enough that you're going to do it right, because this is a big investment. These are the 3 things you guys need to focus on. You need to focus on your media, you need to focus on your topic, and you need to focus on your theme. Media. Those of you that follow me, have read some of my articles, know my spelling and my grammar sometimes totally sucks. I really have a hard time sometimes putting my thoughts down on paper and writing them out. But you've put me in front of a camera and my Radar Roy persona comes out, or my SEO training persona comes out on stage. I really feel like I can engage the audience in front of a camera or speaking in front of a live audience. This is where I feel better at. This is my environment that I enjoy. Your topic. Make sure that your topic works and it's something that's going to engage your audience. Speaking as a retired cop and doing videos about radar detectors and how to beat traffic tickets and how to beat the cops is just fun for me. I'm on the dark side, and it's interesting for my audience seeing a cop become a member of the dark side, the Darth Vader of law enforcement, I guess. And I get tons of comments about that. On the flip side of the coin, SEO is not as really popular as radar detectors, or there are a lot of other people doing videos about SEO. So, it gets lost a little bit in there. But, the radar detectors, the whole persona, that's a really, really fun type of topic to be in there. And, make it fun for yourself and make it your audience. So, here's the theme. My theme of my Radar Roy video channel, my radardetector.org website, all resonate using the same theme. Reviews of radar detectors by a retired cop. Here, Radar Roy is going to reveal the secrets to you how to beat a ticket. Reveal the secrets of how to drive fast. And this is exciting for some people, so they don't get speeding tickets, right? So that's the theme I play on. Now, let's get to the nuts and bolts of this presentation. How to do SEO for multimedia. SEO for multimedia, these are some of the things you need to concentrate on. Your file names. You shoot a video on your iPhone. It's going to name it, 1.2 something or another. That's not a good file name. If you're doing a video about SEO for multimedia, your video title should be SEO for multimedia. Makes sense, right? If your video is about the Escort 8500 radar detector, your file name should be Escort 8500 radar detector. Now, alt tags. Okay, how do you put alt tags in videos? We're going to be talking about some things on your website, all right, because you should be embedding these videos onto your own website. And often people forget about adding alt tags on their website. So here you have maybe a snippet or a graphic of your video. Right there on the alt tag of that particular snippet, you want to put an alt tag, SEO for multimedia. Text transcripts, very important. Right here, my hands right now, I have a script. I'm not reading from the script, but I put together a text transcript for this particular presentation. I knew what I was going to say. So after this presentation, I'm going to review this video, and it's going to make my job a lot easier, in adding the little things I added to the first transcript I've written. And then I'm going to take this transcript and I'm going to include this on my YouTube channel. I can also take that transcript and make it into a PDF, which I will be doing for this video. It will be available on the website so you can see exactly how I do this. When the replay is available, you guys can download it. And you want to use relevant copy surrounding your images and video. And don't forget to use the keyword video and watch online in the title. Right? Escort 8500 radar detector video. People are going to see that. They go, oh, I can watch that review instead of having to read the review. You need to concern yourself about the search engines out there for multimedia. Right now, there's 3 you need to focus on. Google. That's where we all want to rank for, right? All right. So figure out what Google wants. We're going to be sharing with you some of the things Google wants. YouTube. All right. YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world. Period. All right. So you need to focus, your attention on YouTube. Some things we're going to be talking about here in this presentation on how to optimize your videos for YouTube. Now, this is surprising. Pinterest is a new and upcoming search engine. Right? You might not have thought of that as a search engine, but it is. Okay, we're going to be talking about Pinterest here later on in this presentation. You need to do your keyword research. And doing keyword research for videos is different than doing keyword research for your articles or your website. And this is why I would recommend is using the YouTube keyword tool instead of Google's keyword tool. It works the same way. Just type in YouTube keyword tool and you're going to see that. And these are the keywords people are using on YouTube. So if you type in radar detector for your keyword phrase, you could see what other, long tail keyword phrases people might be adding to that when they're searching on YouTube. And you're going to really be surprised a lot when you're going to be using this keyword phrase, YouTube's videos. So after you get your keywords, you're going to want to use those particular keywords in your transcript, your alt tags, and also doing some meta tagging. And we'll talk about meta tagging a little later on. But please, if you're going to optimize your videos for Google, for YouTube, please use the YouTube promoted videos keyword tool because you're going to see a difference in your results. Before you even get into doing a lot of this work, you want to first analyze the search results for your niche. You're going to type in particular keywords, and if you get no video results at all for that particular video, chances are your video is not going to show up either. So don't spend your time or waste your time optimizing a video if no other videos are showing up for that. Because not all videos or niches in Google cater to video. Some of the ones that are blocked are like pharma sites, stat sites, research papers. They just don't want videos to show up for that particular niche. Now we even go more granular. You can even type in, song artists, their particular name, like Michael Jackson or some others, and type in their name. And sometimes you'll see it's really amazing. Sometimes you'll see videos appearing, and sometimes you will not see them. So please, before you go out and do this, please look at what the search results are for your niche. If there are no videos showing up for that particular keyword phrase or your particular niche, don't waste your time. You need to figure out what your niche does cater to. Video, YouTube optimization. If it's e-commerce, e-commerce sites love Google image optimization. And, we'll be talking just for a moment about Google image optimization toward the end of this video. So if you have an e-commerce site, you want your images to rank for Google image, you're going to do things a little different. These are basically what it comes down to, guys, is this is all niche dependent. Universal search results. Universal search results is you type in your keyword and you're going to see a universal results. You're going to see e-commerce sites. You're going to be seeing blog sites. You're going to see video sites. You're going to see images. Figure out what your niche caters to. Pinterest. Pinterest is the newest search engine out there and is becoming extremely popular, especially for women. All right, recipes, really big. Do-it-yourself ideas, especially for women. Products, fashion. So if you're in a niche that cater to any of these particular niches, by all means consider looking at doing some stuff on Pinterest. People surf Pinterest more often now, and you got to ask yourself: is your site Pinteresting? Would your site benefit from a pin it button? Radar bus, radardetector.org. My audience is typically male. Typically, males aren't into Pinterest yet, so I haven't included the pin it button. Jeanette, I know she's into some particular niches that are very female oriented, and she's using Pinterest there with very high success. So think about Pinterest. These are some other high traffic websites you guys could focus on and look at targeting: Instagram, Tumblr, and MySpace. Right. So don't only get YouTube, MindLock in that. Think of some other places you could get high traffic. Facebook, good example too. We didn't add that one. Now here's some top video SEO practices or tactics. All right, these are the top things you can do so your videos are going to optimize. The first consideration you need to make is your landing page. First consideration is make sure it loads quickly. There was the Google Caffeine update. That was a couple years ago. If your page is going to load slow, Google's not going to like it. Things you could do is there's a WordPress plugin called YSlow. You could put that on your in your Firefox browser, or you could go to Google Webmaster Tools. Figure why your page is loading slowly. What you can do perhaps to speed it up a little bit. Reduce the clutter perhaps on your website. And you also want to include the enhanced sharing. You want to make it easy for people to share your stuff, share your videos. And remember to please ask them, hey, if you like this video, if you like this particular page, please do me a favor. Please press the Facebook. Please press Twitter. Please press Google+. And then when you embed your video content in your website, ensure you make use of the various social media tools, bookmarkings, ratings, comments. All right, these are all going to help you engage your audience. The context of the text around your video is extremely important. You need to have relevant text surrounding your video. If you have any images surrounding your video that you're going to embed on your website, make sure you're optimizing them with all tags, use proper titles. All right, because Google's looking at, just don't think, oh, I'm going to shoot this video and I'm going to throw it up on YouTube and that's enough of it. No, you need to embed that. You need to put it someplace, embed it on your website, put some interesting content around there. Optimize your file names with keywords. You want to use syndication of your videos. Get your videos out onto other syndication products. I like to use the rule of 7. Okay, you might have heard me saying this before. I try to use at least 7 times, take a particular presentation and use it 7 times over. An example we're doing here, I have the website, SEO Training SW. I have the page. It's going to have this video on. Of course, this presentation, this webinar. I'm going to record this webinar. I have the text from this webinar. I'm going to then make a PDF of that, and you could download the PDF. The PDF is also multimedia, guys. So now you could download this PDF, and that PDF might rank better than the video. I don't know. We'll find out. All right? So figure out other ways you can reuse and repurpose your content. If people are searching for videos, they're going to naturally add video into their query. So don't miss this obvious keyword opportunity. Again, use the YouTube video keyword tool. You're going to start seeing that. And the file name of your video should be the very, very first thing you're going to optimize. Choose a file name that supports your SEO focus. Keep it short and keep it user-friendly. Next thing we're going to talk about is metadata tagging. All right. Basically, just like you have a web page, you could go in with metacode and add metacode to your web page. You can also add metacode to your videos, to your images, to your PDFs. Now, I'm going to show you how we do this with video here with a program that I use here in 1 second. But videos, I use a program called Adobe Bridge. There's a number of them out there, right? But for videos, I use Adobe Bridge. For images, I use either Photoshop. Um, I use Photoshop pretty much exclusively now, but there's some other ones. Can't think of the Apple program right now that I had used in the past. Aperture. Aperture, if you're a Mac user, you could use Aperture to meta tag your images. Audios, same thing, Adobe Bridge. Now, this is a little screenshot of Adobe Bridge. You can see how this happens. This was from a webinar that I did. This was 2-3 weeks ago. We had the Google authorship webinar. So while I was optimizing the meta code, the metadata, this is an Adobe Bridge. This is a little snapshot. The file name, Google authorship webinar SEO training.mp4. I like to optimize for SEO training. That's what I specialize in. So we have that in the keyword title. The file name, that we're talking about Google authorship webinar. So that's the file name. Here we have the date created. It's timestamped, so Google knows that's a fresh video. Here's the creator. I could put the core of this. The creator is my name. I'm the CEO. Here's my address. And down further, I could embed my keywords, a description, exactly what this video is all about. All right. And Adobe Bridge is a good program to use for this. I'm sure there are other ones, but that's the one I'm familiar with. So that's a kind of a little screenshot of how I do it. And you could do this. I could use Adobe Bridge for my audio files. Same thing. I could put an audio file in there and do that. And then again, what I use is Photoshop for any typical images. Go in there and add my keywords, add a description of what the video is all about, optimize those, and put those online. Guys, thank you. We're going to answer some questions from you guys. So if you have any questions about this presentation, please type them into the question box. We'll go through these here in a second. Let me go back here. Jeanette, I brought you up a couple times, and again, I don't want to get you uncomfortable, but that one particular site I mentioned that I know about, that you do frequently ask questions about. You want to talk about that a little bit, with maybe, if you don't want to reveal what website that's about?
No. Actually, for almost every website that I do, I'll do a frequently asked questions and start putting together. I always ask my clients, what are the top 10 questions your customers ask you? And when I look at in the affiliate market, I always look at it and say, okay, what is it they're not telling their customers that I can? So I'll do videos of what's in the box, how to install it, just really simple videos that you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on, but the people are actually looking for or have questions about. So that gives you some good ideas. Like, for our Halloween type stuff, it's really easy for us to do videos on decorating, videos on making particular types of, like the brain mold is the one everybody wants to know how to do. If you've ever seen them, it's usually like a Jello mold, and you order that special, and then you have to figure out how to put all the other little doodads into it to make it look good. So we do a video on that. And that gets, thousands of views because people are really interested in it, and we actually see an increase in our sales and traffic just because we have the video pieces out.
And, Jen, it's really easy. I mean, people are looking for my wife. All right, I'm going to pick on my wife. My wife, if she needs to learn how to screw a light bulb in, she's going to go to YouTube, learn how to screw a light bulb on. I don't want to pick on her, but, she likes to do yourself projects. And if she doesn't know how to do something, the first place she's going to go to is YouTube to learn how to do it. All right. So the internet electrician, I don't know if they're on the call tonight or not, but here's a couple that do very, very well online. They're an AdSense website, and they basically put the videos together on how to install a three-way switch, how to install a dimmer switch. And people watch those videos, they go to their websites, they buy their ebooks, and they do very, very well in that particular niche. And that's all through the video. My Radar Roy persona. hey, I could do comparisons between various radar detectors. I make it fun. If you want to see the videos, just type in Radar Roy in YouTube and look at my channel. You kind of see, what we're doing up there. Get tons of video views. I get tons of comments, tons of questions from that. And that does very, very well. Again, those three, it was, I think, 4 videos we shot in August. In 3 months, $5,000 in my account. That was worth my investment. So, this is all an investment. Again, I got to emphasize this is something, it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of planning. Some of the things we went into this, it takes an investment to do this right. Let's go through some of these questions. Comment from Patrick. He says, thanks for putting us on. Well, thank you for joining us, Patrick. Glad to have you here. Comment from Gail Wright. Very professional looking PowerPoint. It is, Gail. I thank you very much. That was a great PowerPoint presentation. Another comment from Gail. Will you recommend some multimedia equipment for people starting out? I'm not really into. I'm kind of a lost, Gail. You kind of got me on this one. What really counts to me, putting together a presentation, is the audio. I'll watch a crummy looking video if it's something something I want to learn about, but if the audio sucks, I'm out of there. If the audio's clean, I can bear through watching it. So I'm going to say that the first thing you need to focus on is having some good microphone, a good lavalier microphone, a wireless microphone, and mic up whoever is going to be behind that camera. To me, I think that's probably one of the most important things. Microphones aren't all that expensive. As far as camera, I mean, you can shoot a really good. I've been blown away by some of the videos I've seen using this an iPhone. I mean, like, you used an iPhone on that? Wow. TheCellbuckle.com. Bobby Muscleman. We work with him quite a bit, and if you go to his website, a lot of his videos are shot using an iPhone, and he does use a microphone. So if you only have an iPhone, go to the cellbuckle.com and look at some of the videos Bobby does, because Bobby's been very, very successful what he does with his videos. I'm on the opposite side here. We have a full video studio here in our home and office. Just because I want to shoot very professional videos for either myself or my clients. If you're around the Phoenix area and you want a professional video done and don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars by going to a studio down in the Phoenix area, give me a call. I'm sure we could work something out, because we have a studio here. Here in the next month, we're going to be shooting some videos for a particular client. And for 2 or 3 days. So it just, Gail, the best answer to your question. I'm just going to say, if you're starting out, be more concerned about your audio stuff. Don't go overboard. Just take it slow. Learn this stuff inside and out. There's a lot of video websites out there that'll give you tips on how to do stuff. I use for my video editing program. I use Final Cut Pro for my video editing, because I also think editing is extremely important, how you edit your video. So that's what I use to edit it. And another software program I use, we'll talk a little bit about software I use. After I produce it in Final Cut, I'll use a program called Squeeze. And what that does, it's going to optimize my video to a manageable file size. And it basically will render it so YouTube doesn't have to render it. And then I'll go to Adobe Bridge, and I'll add my meta tags. And Adobe Bridge is going to be the last thing I use. And then I will upload it up to YouTube or wherever it's going to go. So thank you for Gail on that. I hope I answered your question. Am I recording the webinar today? Of course I am. A question from Victoria. Yeah, because we're going to make a YouTube video of this. and we're going to edit it in Final Cut. We're going to squeeze it in Squeeze. I'm going to meta tag it with Adobe Bridge, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube and syndicate it. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Videos are a critical component of what we're going to be doing. And along with this video, what I'll be doing is also sharing with you. And I typically don't do this, but it's basically what I would call my breadboard for this presentation. You'll see how just kind of a rough script of what I planned on saying. And I just kind of type that out. It's real rough. Typically, I don't send that out because I got a lot of spelling mistakes and things like that. But it's just for myself that I could use, and where my shots are going to lay out. What's the link for that? Well, that's going to be, this question is from Carolyn, and that's going to be on when we do have the replay available. Let me go to the page, and I'll add that in there. It's going to be on the same page you signed up for. I'm expecting here within the next 48 hours, it'll be on this particular page. And I'll type that link into the chat box there so you could grab that link right now. Again, please do me a favor if you have not already done so. When you do come to this page, please press the tweet button, the like button, the Google Plus button, whatever button you feel comfortable with. If you have any questions, scroll down to the bottom of this page and write a comment or question, and we'll get back to you. Again, a call to action, something really, really important in the video. You can just see how I did that in this particular video. Don't forget to do that, guys. Okay, this is a question from Steve. In the last webinars, Fabiano discussed distributing video on multi-video sites and linking back to your YouTube site. Is this relevant here, and could you discuss the mechanics of doing so? Yes, it is. And let me show you. I wasn't planning on doing this, but let me go to my YouTube channel here real quick. I'll show you a little trick that I do, and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, this is my Ryder channel. It's different than my Radar Roy channel. This is where I put my videos about SEO training and other things like me flying around in my airplane. This is the one that's linked up to my Google Plus account for my authorship. But I want you to look at something here, and I'm not going to stop this video here. All right. All right. So anyway, on the first line, you see the YouTube channel. Right here in the beginning, I have a link going to my website. You could see that right here. All right. Now, if you go down further, the last thing I put in there is a link to this video on YouTube. So you can see http://YouTube. So even in my YouTube video, I put a link to that YouTube video. So Steve, you might be asking yourself, why? Why? Because if somebody scrapes this video, guess what's going to show up in that description? I'll link back to that video. All right. So now I got two links. All right. So when you do syndicate your videos, do what I do right here. All right, show more. All right, I have a full link right here to the bottom of this YouTube video, even though it's the same YouTube video. Now, if I really, really want to promote one particular YouTube video, I might create two different versions of one YouTube video, or maybe a little snippet saying, hey, we really got this great YouTube video about this, and then I would include that video to the one I wanted to promote. Maybe make 3 separate little commercials, if you want to call it that, linking to the main YouTube video by putting a link there. So that's how you would do that, Steve. Hope that answers your question. Got a question here. Can I download this lecture after some hours? Yes. You can go to YouTube and watch it online, or you can go to our website. But it's going to take a couple hours, a couple days, because again, what I do, I'm not going to take this video and just slap it on our channel, because I want to optimize it. All right. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it into Final Cut. I'm going to make some edits in Final Cut. From Final Cut, I'm going to go into Squeeze to optimize the video in Squeeze. Then I'm going to drop it in Adobe Bridge to add my meta code. And then I'll upload it to YouTube and some other video syndication websites. So that's going to take me about 48 hours to do that. All right. What is the URL? Well, I just shared that in the screen there. Gail, thank you. Yes, that answered the question. Roy, I know you're recording, so we need to buy. Or yeah, it's free. Victoria, the video's free. I just go to the website. The only thing I ask from you, if any payment, is to like us, Facebook us, and tweet about us. That's the only payment that I would like from you. And so please do that. There's compression software called Source and Squeeze. Yes, it is, Steve. That's one I use. It's a very good program. I've been very happy with it. You're going to see it is a little expensive. I haven't bought it in a while, but I think it's about 800 bucks or something like that. But it's worth the investment. Um, all right. Awesome, Steve. Also for the video link explanation. Um, got it. I subscribed right now. Okay. Or I already chat Victoria. Okay, good. I don't see any more questions. Jeanette, private. The private ebook link. Okay, that's one thing we want to talk about here. Jeanette, can you send that to me real quick if you have that handy?
Sure.
Actually, I'm going to Jeanette, if you want to talk about it, I'll change the presenter to you. Do you want to talk about it, and I'll change the presenter to you, Jeanette, or do you want me to talk about it?
No, no, that's fine. You can talk about it.
Okay, can you
I'll
send me
just
the link
resend you the
in
link.
chat there? Um, Jeanette, we did publish an ebook here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's I don't have the link handy. I'm just waiting for Jeanette to send it to me. But it's a $3 ebook on Amazon about Google Penguin, how to fix your website if you get hounded, if you get your site banned by Google Penguin. And I'm just going to wait for Jeanette to share that with us. Jeanette, do you have it yet?
Yeah, just give me a half sec here and
Okay,
I'll
give you a
pop it
half
in the
second. Okay,
screen for
but
you.
basically, it's an ebook on how to uh, clean up your website in case you got smacked down by Google Penguin. And also, here's the link here. So we'll bring that up right now. But Jeanette's also going to be doing a webinar here after the first of the year on how to write an ebook and optimize for Amazon. It's basically a Kindle book. It's $4. If you have a website that was penalized because of Google Penguin, or if you want to learn how to optimize your site post Penguin, not a big investment, $4. Welcome you to buy it. We've got some great reviews on the book so far. And I'll be honest, it's Jeanette. You want to talk a little bit about your ebook webinar when we do that, and what people can get out of that? And again, this is going to be after the first of the year. We don't have a date for it yet.
Well, yeah. What we'd like to talk about is actually the formatting that's required for creating your own ebook, the stuff that Amazon requires when you do it, some easy things if you run a Mac that you can do to actually speed up the process. Um, you can also use the Mac's Pages in particular has its own export feature for a digital book, which goes directly into iBooks. So you have another option there to help market your book. But with Amazon, they have quite a few different little rules and things that you need to know about before you try and publish a book. And so we'll be going over things like that to help you, be a little bit more successful with it, how to promote it, some of the other things that you'll need to do for your Amazon account for your KDP, which is the Kindle Digital Publishing Center.
Okay, so those of you that don't know, we have a couple people in different niches that are putting these ebooks together, these Kindle books, and they're making like $400 a month for selling an ebook that's $4. All right, it's a nice little cash. So we'll be talking about how you can do that. Some other webinars we have planned right now. I'm in the process of putting together a webinar. Probably be after the first year because we got a lot of things coming on at Christmas, guys. But it's going to be a webinar on, if you get penalized by the Google Places, Google Plus, on things you could do to recover from that, because we've had a number of students, or that basically, I don't want to say gone overboard, but Google just felt that they were maybe spamming Google, and they got their site penalized. So we're going to be talking about some things on how you can recover from Google Places and Google Places optimization. And that's probably going to be one of the first webinars after the first of the year. But basically, guys, I really want to thank everybody that was on the call today. A really great webinar. Look for the replay in next couple of days. And those of you that are interested, you can see how we optimize this and what we're doing with this. You can see an actual product that is optimized for YouTube and so on and so forth. But anyway, guys, thank